What's going on, guys? We finally got our hands on LeBron. I played him a ton of today, the official release of the open beta, technically the full official release of the game, to be entirely honest, and I had a flipping blast. I got him to level 12. He's feeling really good, but he's also very not what you expected. Let's get into it. First thing though, before we get into the technical stuff, let's just appreciate how they actually captured the essence of a basketball player. He moves like a basketball player, you know.
This place is wild.
Taunts like a basketball player. And one of my favorite things to do with him is actually do his without his ball moves, because he kind of does moves from, you know, actually trying to like block a ball, actually tries to steal a ball. And when you hold his neutral attack, he actually like cusses, right? Like the guy's fouling him, right? If you don't charge it, he actually says foul. And another thing that I want to bring some emphasis to here is the fact that his hit reaction when he actually gets hit is pretty funny. Let me see if I can get it for y'all. Let's see. Oh, I can't. He's not gonna do it. I guess when he like really hurts, maybe. No, I can't get it to show, but he does that thing where, you know, basketball players like grab their legs sometimes dramatically when they get hurt, and I just love it. They actually got all the mannerisms that you would want from a character who's you know, from Space Jam. Anyway, so let's get into his kit though. Right out the gate, things are a little weird, so let me go ahead and get rid of this because we're gonna go over a lot of the different things here. So you'd be like, oh well, he's listed as a bruiser, right? They actually have that listing. Yeah, it is right there. They have him listed as a bruiser, and you're kind of like, hold up, that means he can fight on the inside, right? Well, people who can fight on the inside, they can typically do their jab. This is his neutral, I mean not his neutral, this is his jab sequence, his forward attack, I believe. And usually everything just, that's what, you know, that's your combo, but it doesn't. Look, we have the hit slot counter right there. It does not. If you want the proof, you know, you can always set the bot to dodge and they will not get hit by such things. So we're gonna move that back. But yeah, so you're like, well, okay, well, maybe he combos a different way. Maybe you try his forward attack into his down attack, and you're like, okay, well, that combos, right? But like, what do we do from there in terms of his buttons? And it gets pretty awkward pretty quickly because he doesn't, a lot of his stuff just doesn't combo into itself as you would think. On the contrary though, he is excellent at like following characters, like dodge trapping and DI mixing, DI mix-ups and stuff like that. So, you know, let's just go over all his moves, right? So you got this move here. It's pretty great. You got his jab, which is actually, hey, this is a bruiser's jab. Look at the reach on that. It's excellent with the ball. Even without the ball, I don't think it's too bad either. Yeah, the range and speed is really nice. He's just slower without the ball. And then his up attack is also huge, right? This man's 6'9". It's huge. You can't charge it though, right? And I guess that kind of leads me into what makes him so different. So again, here's his forward attack. Here's his neutral attack. This move right here is amazing, by the way. It doesn't start up instantly, but it's great at covering space and just always winning, out prioritizing other areas is actually phenomenal. So here's the neutral air, here's the forward air, here's the down air. This move's really good, as most characters down airs are, and that's the up air. So, you know, everything's big and huge, but you'll notice some startup on these moves, and you'll be like, oh, well, surely these are all because, you know, they're able to be charged, and they're not able to be charged, right? In fact, the only thing that's able to be charged on this character is his ground and neutral attack with and without the ball. So what's going on there, right? You know, he doesn't necessarily just kill people for free or anything as a result, because right here goes a up attack into an up air, right? That comboed. Actually, I just learned that with you guys, but we're not gonna get too much after that. So you're gonna be like, how the hell do I kill stuff with this guy, right? And you're like, oh, well, it exists in his specials, right? So let's get into his special. So neutral special, he throws the ball, and he has various angles that he can use. After you press neutral special, you can hold down, and he throws it at a 30-degree angle to the floor, and it kind of creates this kind of lob effect, which is really, really nice in a platform fighter because everyone's usually hovering about this area, and it covers all of that space pretty reliably. It's actually pretty darn good. You press it again, and the ball will come back, but that initiates a cooldown of sorts. So you got to be careful with your basketball. You don't have it all the time. He does have his own set of normals without the ball, of course, but you don't really want to use those if you don't have to. You want to keep the ball in your hands, right? And he's got the classic no look from this as well. We'll get to that in a minute, but again, you know, just throwing the ball at Shaggy here, it becomes quite clear this is not a kill move of any kind, right? In fact, nothing I've done so far has been a kill move. You may even think, oh, well, Shaggy here is at 100, right? Surely his charge neutral attack is going to kill, and it does not. So, like, what is going on here, right? So let's go try his other special. Let's try his up special. Kind of just lobs the ball and a different, you know, at a different angle now, right? That's for covering like high recoveries, people who are doing full hops to approach, people on platforms, things like that. Makes sense to have this angle covered that way, right? And it does serve as a recovery as well, right? And you can even do this cool thing where if you charge it, he does a pump fake before he shoots it or before he throws it out, which I think is really, really neat to have. But again, you know, even if I were to hit Shaggy with this, let's see if I can make something up on the spot here. No, let's just do something simple. There we go, right? It's not a kill move. Just wanted you guys to see that. So it's not a kill move. So like, what are we doing here? Let's try his down special. Maybe that's the move, right? Well, you'll see. And similarly in the air, just throws the ball down at like a vertical in front of him, which is really cool, right? Because it leads to things like this, where he can kind of like edge guard people in a non-committal fashion. Shout outs to Peach from Melee or Smash. And yeah, you're like, okay, well, that's still not going to kill anyone, even if you combo into it, which you can. It's still not killing anyone, right? It's more like a combo filler, juggle starter, things like that. So what is going on here, right? Which brings us naturally to his side special. This is where all the kill power is, right? This little leap here makes sense. He dunks on you, and you get the little shockwave here. Shockwave is really nice. It adds weaken. It's his kill move, right? Out of all the different aerials we've checked, that is the kill move. The issue being though, your access to it is very, very low. First off, there's no armor on it, right? So naturally, you're gonna find yourself jumping a lot to kind of get over people's attacks and get access to the move that way. But people are gonna see this kind of approach coming. If you try to like, you know, use the shockwave at the end, people are definitely gonna like see you trying to apply it in that fashion. So you can't just do it. You know, a lot of the time in this game to get kills for your kill move, sometimes you just have to do them, right? But this one is so slow, right? And this is like its minimum right here. Like people are gonna react. Yeah, this game's very quick. People are gonna react to things like this, right? And he has to be right next to them to even like make it somewhat quick, right? Once the shockwaves start coming, it's been too much time. People are gonna move out the way. And you're like, oh, okay, well, Kai, he's gonna be able to jab into it, right? Which brings me to my, you know, my whole argument about like, well, he can't just do a standard jab sequence, and he doesn't necessarily have setups directly into this either. None of this is a true combo. You'll know it's a combo when that counter goes up to like, you know, straight to 3. It keeps resetting to 1 on that hit. He does have a few ways though to go directly into it. One of the ones I discovered was you can do his up attack, his grounded up attack, and then catch them there, but it's kind of iffy at times. You know, I can't set the bot to DI a particular way, right? And I've gotten some kind of a consistency with this, but landing all of this together, landing this move in general by itself is difficult because you want to use this jab into that, but that doesn't work, right? And then you want to do this into that, but that doesn't work. So it's kind of like, you know, if you manage to get them above you from like a toss and they kind of like jump instantly, then you can boom into that, and it definitely works, right? And another way you can get access to it is off his down air too. Let's see if we can show that off for you guys. There we go. So that's another sequence, right? But you know, how often are you going to be trying to jump over people's heads, right? I know it's a thing that most characters can do and are trying to do, but that's not necessarily what you want to be all the time with LeBron, because his recovery is not the best, right? Because he, you know, he's got that, and when he doesn't have the ball, he has his little shoulder charge here, but you know, he's not a recovery god or anything, so you don't want to get caught up here without no jump. You get hit, and now you're in a nightmare situation. So he doesn't get any armor, and the primary ways he wants to like just naturally go into it are like kind of not on the table, right? So then he's not really a combo character. This is a fantastic neutral tool. So like, what kind of character is he? And it came to my, I began to realize like, oh, this guy's an edge guard character. So what he's really good at, right, are sequences like this, where he knocks you off stage and then he throws the ball and now you can't recover. And what's so great about his edge guarding is that it's non-committal. That's a non-committal motion, right? If they decide to go high, this is a non-committal motion. He has the cooldown available, he just gets ball back anyway. If it hits them, the ball refreshes, right? It's really, really nice to have. So he can edge guard proactively in a way that other characters can. Again, similar to Peach from Smash, right? And it's really, really strong in the right hands. It requires a lot of foresight though, but when you get it, that's pretty darn good. So he can be pretty safe from a lot of scramble situations. He can kind of like effectively see what's happening, kind of plan ahead, and do what's best for the team, which is, you know, that's what he does in the real game too. So I think that's really, really cool. So who's gonna like this? You know, if you want to play like I want to go and smash stuff, like you got Superman, Batman, Shaggy, Taz, Finn, and Jake. They do that, but this is a different beast entirely. He's gonna require proper coordination with your homies. He's gonna be very weird, especially to play by yourself online. I definitely recommend playing with a duo, because what's really cool that he can do with his teammate is he can pass the ball to his teammate, which is kind of dope. Where his teammate will can throw the ball, and if they hit the enemy, that sets up the kill move with armor, and that's pretty neat. So he does get he gets a lot of attributes that he cannot get by himself, and so I think he's one of the first like truly cerebral characters, similar to a lot of supports in the game, but he's like super cerebral in that you need a lot of foresight, you need an understanding of your teammate. And he may even need certain people to be on his team, because again, he can brawl, right? But none of these moves are gonna kill them, and I don't know, it's just not gonna be too effective out the gate. You're gonna have to play a lot of games on this guy, but when you do it, you're gonna be absolute like menace. Like no one's gonna be able to kill you, because again, once you start, you know, hitting people off the stage, you don't actually have to commit your body, which means you're more available to your teammate if they're in trouble, or you know, you want to edge guard and then go force a 2v1 somewhere else on the screen. That's just really, really nice. People are going to start navigating around his moves. And so, which brings me to my final point, as far as his on stage pressure, right? What he has a lot of is like these big normals. Again, his neutral is like actually disgusting. Even his neutral without the ball is like really gross, right? And here's a little pro tip, I guess. If you get the ball back from landing certain attacks, right? If you actually don't have the ball, I'm trying to get rid of this darn thing, and you land this godlike neutral air, you go right back in the ball stance, if you will, and then you can just attack again. So neutral air, neutral air, and that's really dope. And I'm sure people will kind of expand on this tech, maybe do neutral air and into a combo starter of sorts, and that's really nice. But LeBron's super dope, and he brings something completely new to the game, and I really like that he shows they're willing to take risks, because they could have clearly put this guy in, and he still would have had all this cool stuff where he like plays like a basketball player, but you know, he could have been just a powerhouse, right? You know, but you actually have to think when you play this character. And for those who are like, this isn't very strong right now, why do all this work when Shaq can, you know, I can just pick Shaggy and mash side B and win all my games, get top of leaderboards. Well, here's the thing. I'm confident this character will be, this is the weakest form he'll be in, and then over time he's going to get even stronger, because one of the first things they did from the closed alpha to this early access beta was they made a lot of combo structures more reliable. And the one thing that I think kind of makes him not complete in a sense is that he can't, certain things that you want to connect don't connect, and the things that do connect require a little bit too much, but yeah, I think his perks are also lackluster, so I don't really want to get into that. It's kind of weird, but yeah, these are my first impressions of the character. They did a fantastic job representing him in this game, and I think I'm going to be playing the flop out of him for a very long time. If you guys are going to be playing him too, let me know if you come up with anything cool down in the comments. But yeah, that's it for me in this one, guys. If you want to learn about more multiverses, be sure to click on all the different things you're about to see on screen any second now, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.